Hi everyone. So today I wanted to go ahead and talk about my favorite Wes Craven movies. Some of these are things that he has written, directed, and produced. So I have a few different movies that I just wanted to go ahead and talk about. We recently crossed the year marker of his passing, and in all honesty, that it really affected me because I didn't think I was going to talk about this on here, but it really affected me and stuck with me because, well, one, I was shocked to find out about it, and I had I had no idea that he had been battling what he had been battling for so long. And also the following day I happened to lose my dad, and it was a really rough time, and I just wanted to go ahead and honor his memory and talk about some of the movies that I enjoyed that he had his hands in. And I felt like he was a very creative person, and I appreciated a lot of what he did for the horror industry. Some of the things that he's produced that or helped produce that I've really enjoyed, I'm just gonna quickly name them. If you guys haven't seen the Scream TV show, it's a little different. I know it's on MTV, but it's got some of that classic Scream feel to it, and if you haven't checked it out, you really should. It's a nice way to get a new fresh take on Scream. I heard he did a lot of consulting on the set of the TV show. That's what I had heard and read on the internet. So another movie that he helped produce that I really enjoyed is Feast. It's really funny. It's kind of gross, but it's a really great watch. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Another one that he helped produce was Girl in the Photographs, that was on Netflix recently. It's very creepy, and it's something you should check out. Dracula 2000 was one of my favorite movies as a young teenager. It was a vampire movie that had come out when I was in high school, and I absolutely loved it, and he also helped produce that one. And then, and recently, I got the chance to check out Wishmaster on Hulu, and he also helped produce that. And it was a really interesting story on the Jinn, and if you haven't got a chance to check that out, it's an older movie, but it is a classic, and they have like lots of the different parts of the anthology on Hulu, so I'm probably going to go check out more of that. But those are just some that he helped produce. I'm going to get into the ones that he helped, that he directed and wrote as well. So a couple movies that he directed that I really enjoyed were obviously Scream. It's a classic movie, classic slasher, iconic horror mask that goes along with that. Just great acting in all of the movies, and as an anthology it is very well written and directed, and if you haven't checked it out, you really need to. I know for a while they had all of them on Netflix, but I don't know if they still do. It's something that's worth having in your movie collection though, and I don't think I actually have any, and I should really purchase some of those because it's really something that you will enjoy watching over and over and over again. Something else that he directed that I really enjoyed was Curse, and that movie was it's a werewolf movie, and the acting in that is also very good. Christina Ricci's in it, and it had been a while since I had seen her in anything when it first came out, so I was really excited to watch it because I was a big fan of her when I was really young. And there are some really cool werewolves in that movie, so if you haven't seen that one, you really need to check it out and just give it a watch. Let's see. Nightmare on Elm Street obviously is completely a classic. He wrote and directed. Obviously, Freddy Krueger is iconic. I'm really excited to be going to Horror Nights at Universal Studios because they're bringing Freddy Krueger back to life, and I get to see him in person again. And it's just something that you can enjoy watching over and over again. Like I said, Freddy Krueger is an amazing character, and some of the deaths in the series are just absolutely amazing. The first movie, which is the one that he directed and wrote, just so classic. Johnny Depp making one of his breakout roles, and some of the most iconic scenes with Freddy Krueger. Another one that I had seen as a young child, and it stuck with me, it haunted me, it was part of my, fears, irrational fears as a child, was People Under the Stairs. He wrote and produced and directed that as well. It is so dark, it is very well written. It is a very old movie, but it's a classic, and like I was saying, it was one of the first movies I was able to watch when I was little. I watched it on TV with my mom, and I just remember being terrified by the fact that people were living under the stairs and in the walls. Even, as like a teenager, when I moved into a new place, those scenes kind of stuck with me, and I had, irrational fears of, some sort of people managing to live in the walls without us knowing. And it was something that stuck with me, and it still sticks with me throughout my entire life. So that's something that I highly recommend if you have not gotten a chance to watch it. I know it's an older movie, but you should definitely give it a watch. And one of my favorites, and I know it is not something that is very popular among horror fans, and I thought it was absolutely amazing. I thought it was well written. I thought it was well directed. I thought that the characters were creative, and the movie that I'm talking about is My Soul to Take. The characters are so creative and so well written and well rounded, and it just felt like such a classic movie. And I know a lot of people did not enjoy it, and I'm not exactly sure why, because it had amazing death scenes, it had a lot of mystery to it, it had a sort of legend that went with it. I felt like the mood was dark, and I felt like the kids, you could relate to them in such a way. It was sort of like a sort of throwback horror movie involving kids against evil. And I don't know, it's one of my favorite movies that he's involved with, and it's a more recent movie. If you have not gotten a chance to watch it, you need to. For me, it's a favorite, and I think it's a classic in the making. But I know there are lots of other opinions, and I know a lot of people did not enjoy it. So if you agree with some of the movies that I've kind of talked about, please give me a comment down below if there are some other movies that you want to talk about that he was involved with, that maybe you want to suggest to me watching. I'm up for watching lots of different things, so leave me some of your suggestions down below as well. This video is just a way for me to honor and recognize this great writer, director, and producer in the horror industry. So thank you for watching.